I was shopping for rings, but found my girlfriend was dating me out of pity. But what happened next was way worse.
Pity is stronger than love.
So I've had a mega crush on my girlfriend ever since the school days. We were in the same school, although she was 1 grade ahead of me. Now, my crush was so big that everyone in my school knew. Like, if I was anywhere near her people, they would give a mischievous smile to the both of us. In short, it was impossible for her to not know about my crush. But I never had the courage to ask her out. After school, we moved to different parts of the world for our education. And even worse, Sam, they weren't even Facebook friends. Around 3.5 years ago, I was attending the birthday celebrations of a friend when I saw her again.
Yo, was she looking fine?
It was her, all right. She had become even more gorgeous and badass.
Ooh.
So she got finer with time, like a fine wine. So the friend whose birthday I was attending was a mutual friend from our school, and he, of course, knew about my crush.
Ooh.
There were 2 or 3 mutual friends there that also knew, and they kept encouraging me to go talk to her. I finally went up to her with my heart in my mouth and had some small talk with her. She, of course, recognized me from school, and we had a nice talk and exchanged numbers and socials.
Oh.
It was with great trepidation that I did some light detective work to find out if she was single or not. But to my great relief, I didn't find the presence of any guys in her feed, so my hopes went up a little bit. I reached out to her to hang out, fully expecting her to turn me down. She accepted! We hung out, and I found that we have a lot in common, and we decided to have another meetup. Things picked up from there, and eventually we became boyfriend and girlfriend. She's everything I expected and more. Plus, she's extremely happy with our relationship. We've been discussing marriage. Last weekend, we hosted her BFF and husband for a dinner at her house. The BFF is someone who I've also known since our school days, and she's a good friend of mine too. After dinner, we were shooting a breeze, and except me, everyone was pretty drunk as they were staying the night at our place.
Oh, wait, are we getting to Sauceland?
So we were talking when her drunk BFF suddenly turned to my girlfriend and said, "Look how happy you are today. I feel some sense of pride looking at you two." But then she continued talking to my girlfriend and said, "You didn't even want to give this guy a chance and only agreed when I pestered you to go on a pity date with him. And your plan was to just let him down easy after that date. But instead, you guys are sitting here talking about your future together, and it makes me so happy I convinced you to take a chance on him."
Oh, geez.
Can you imagine if I stuck with the original plan? Her husband by now realized the awkwardness and led her away to sleep. I could see in my girlfriend's face that she was visibly stressed. So we went to bed too, and when she came to bed after changing clothes, she was already in tears. She took my hand in hers and said, "Please don't mind her friend's words." I asked her if it's true. She admitted, yes, it was. My girlfriend always knew that I had a massive crush on her, so when I asked her out, she didn't want to be mean by turning me down too harshly. So she discussed it with her BFF, who was also her roommate at the time, about the situation. The BFF knew me, so she tried to convince her to give me a chance, but my girlfriend was not convinced. Finally, the BFF asked her to go on just 2 or 3 dates with me and then let me down easy, and the girlfriend agreed. But then she found out we really clicked together and wanted to continue dating, and well, here we are 3 years later. I hugged her and said, "It's okay. Don't worry about it too much, as it's water under the bridge, but it's bothering me." And I think she has started to catch on because she's been extra attentive and loving to me since the incident.
Yo, man is complaining about her being extra attentive.
Oh, my girlfriend's too amazing. On the one hand, I'm the guy who is literally going to be engaged and eventually married to my crush. And it's even better because our relationship is just how I imagined it to be, only 10 times better. But on the other hand, it does sting a little to know that she only agreed to go out with me because she pitied me. Please knock some sense into me before I self-sabotage this wonderful relationship. There's an update. So I guess I should tell you what happened after I made the post. The morning after, the BFF apologized for insensitive comments the night before. She said she got too drunk and she just wanted to take credit for setting us up and playing a game of matchmaker, but being drunk, she blurted out some unnecessary things. I said, of course, you don't have to apologize, as I have to thank her for getting me and my girlfriend to go on that first date. After the BFF left, I went to my girlfriend and shared my feelings and asked her why she was hesitant on going out with me. She then took my hands in hers and told me that it just felt awkward to her. She had known me for years and had known that I had a crush on her. On top of that, I was younger than her. Her friends from back home sometimes used to tease her her by talking up my name, and almost all of our mutual friends know about my crush on her. So when I asked her out, she felt awkward because 1, I was more into her than she was into me without going on a single date, and 2, I had her on a pedestal and she was certain that reality was never going to meet my fantasy, so she wanted to avoid going through that. Although she thought I was a weirdo, she admitted it. LOL. But after my BFF went to bat for me, she decided to go out with me and then let me down easy after 2 or 3 dates. Then I asked, well, what changed after the first date? And she said, well, you didn't give off any weird vibes, and yes, you were very happy and nervous as a result, but I just didn't get any creepy vibes. You were just a guy with a crush with whom I had insane chemistry, even on the first date. And now, 3 years later, I think I have a bigger crush on you than you've ever had on me. After having this conversation, we went out to have some dinner at the same restaurant we had our first date and even tried to order the same dish, but alas, they discontinued it. Then we decided to order something entirely new, which we've both never had. Thank you everyone for reminding me how lucky I am. LOL. If you thought this story was crazy, check out this one where OP proposes, but they say no.